Today we're going to do a video about mirror magic and activating your sigils, because a lot of people, man, they don't teach you about how to activate a sigil, and that's very important. Now, when it comes to magic, when I talk about magic, I'm talking about magnetics. I don't know about that hocus pocus Harry Potter stuff, but I do know about magnetics because I'm a scientist, and I know that the human heart puts off a certain resonance which is magnetic, and you have the ability to push things in your life or to push things away. Now, here's the whole thing. If you are not using your magnetics, you're going to be abused by them. If you don't take control over them, someone else will, and they will be programming you by the use of your magnetics, and you may not like how they are treating you or how you may be treating yourself because of your acceptance. Now, peep gang, how do you tweak your magnetics? One of the ways of tweaking your magnetics is by getting into that mirror. Why does that help? It helps you reflect and get an understanding of self, get an understanding of why you think the way you do, get an understanding of why you have certain blocks in your life, how you feel about other people, and the things that you want. Why do you want those things, and what are you going to do with them? Are you going to be selfish with those things? You got to tap into yourself and deal with the hard questions. Talk about your sexuality. Talk about your spouse, how you feel about that person. Talk about your money problem. Ask yourself, why do you give up at certain times? What keeps causing that? How do you feel about situations that happened years ago? Deal with that in the mirror so you can grow past that and keep moving forward. You got to do that. Now, when it comes to sigils, man, you have to activate your sigil. Now, go to YouTube. Watch a video on how to make a sigil. And then if you want to make a sigil about money, don't think just saying you're making this sigil about money and I'm going to do it like this here. Don't put any thought to it. Don't put any emotion behind it. Just sit back and you create that sigil. You know what I'm saying? Or have it then, like this one here. I am a money magnet. And believe me, that thing works. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was working until I looked at my life and I was like, you know what? I haven't had to pay in 30 years. Everything I have, I own. Plus. Then I was like, man, work. I was like, man, I should have thought bigger. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? But it worked out, because whenever I'm in a situation and I need some spare change, it's like a knock at the door. So I don't stress out about things, man. I just don't stress out about things. It's a beautiful feeling. I want you to have that. But getting in that mirror, man, look, I know that you deserve to be a better version of yourself. I know this, and you deserve it. You deserve to have all the fine things and all the things that you actually want and need in your existence. And you deserve to be that person to help others, man. So work on yourself, because if you can't fix yourself, you wasting your time trying to fix someone else. Now let's get into the activation of sigils. No. Let's get into placing sigils on the mirror. Once you have activated your sigil and you know how it works and you know what it means, because the subconscious mind relates more to symbols and repetitiveness than anything. It reads symbols. That's the language of the subconscious mind. Symbols. Once you create a symbol or sigil, then you place it on the mirror. So then every time when you go into that mirror and you may be reflecting about something, you may be reflecting on something else in your existence, but the very first thing you see on that mirror is, I am a money magnet. Even if you don't acknowledge it, the subconscious mind will acknowledge it. And you can look through the image that is reflecting upon you that I am a money magnet, and you can still deal with the situations that you have. Now, peep gang, this is a cheat code. Imagine if this is a cheat code. You could take a sticky note and write, every day I am working on losing weight, and place it on that sticky note on your bathroom mirror. Place that sticky note on your bathroom mirror, so when you wake up in the morning, that's the first thing you see, and you read that every day. It's programming your subconscious mind. It's the same thing. But if you live by yourself, or it's just you and your spouse, and they already know what you into, you could put that sigil that you create on that mirror. So then every day when you're dealing with stuff, you still You're still programming the subconscious mind. Every morning you get to see that symbol. Repetitiveness. Reprogramming the subconscious mind. Programming, activating your spirit and pulling things into your existence. Man, one day we're going to have to go into the science of the subconscious mind. But right now we're just going to continue. Now, once you learn how to make sigils, as I may have mentioned, go to YouTube and figure out how to make a sigil, and then you create a sigil that you want. Like I said, you could use this one here. Know the sigil and know what it means to you. Now, when it comes to a money sigil, you may want to use movie magic or music magic. What is movie magic? Movie magic is when you watch a movie where the person wins in the end and you feel excited about that person winning. You had that movie, It's All About the Benjamins, with Ice Cube and Michael Epps, and Michael Epps, and he realized that he won the lottery. And him and his wife celebrating, and she's bouncing on the bed. She said, I got this money now. I got so much stuff I could buy, so much stuff. And then he said, baby. She like, what? She said, don't tell me you lost that ticket. Don't tell me you lost that ticket. And he lost the ticket. So then he has to go on the hero's journey to retrieve the ticket. He goes to jail. He gets locked up. He gets shot at. He goes through all kinds of stuff. But then in the end, he finds the ticket. He wins in the end. Dude, man, that's what the kind of activation that you want. You are activating the sigil. Play that song by the OJs, Money, 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 Money. Or that song by the Rolling Stones. Yeah, that Money song. Man, and then when you're listening to that music, put yourself in the knowing and be thankful. Be like, man, it feel good. I won this doggone $80-something million. Like, oh, man, this money came right on time. We're going to be able to do so much stuff with this doggone money. And then imagine your friends being like, man, Jim you heard about Jim? Jim hit the doggone lottery for $80-something million. Jim is rich. Other people are blessing you. Imagine other people blessing you by saying that you are rich. You see how excited I was saying that? That's how I want you to be. And then you redraw that sigil. That's how you activate that sigil. You redraw that sigil and you lay that bad boy out. So now that sigil is imprinted with your emotions. It has meaning and it's ready to go. Sorry if I'm a little excited, man. I'm happy. I'm happy for you, though. I am. Now, I hope you understand that. Now, someone asked me a question about locking your mirror. I'm not sure what that means, but if it means what I think, this is what I was taught. Take a black cloth and place it over the mirror, because that's some things you just need for yourself. There's some things that you just personally have to deal with, and if you put your emotions in that mirror, respect that. Now, if you have a spouse and both of y'all are on the same thing, okay, you could share it if you want, but just have some things for yourself. Tell your spouse to go get his own mirror, or you buy one for him. You know what I'm saying? And then you use that mirror when needed. And if you have a mirror that because you may have two mirrors, you may have an extra mirror that you may have for weight issues. You know what I'm saying? And you may have a sigil on that you created for that. But you want to be in the knowing, and you want to be in the spirit of winning. Now, here's the caution for you. If you're a sports fan and you have a sports team that loses quite often, you need to maybe turn away from that, because you don't need that in your spirit. Because whenever your sports team loses, you feel that in your heart. And then sometimes you feel it so much you don't even want to go to work the next day, but you don't want to have conversations because you're ashamed of your team losing, and you feel that losing spirit. Why do you want to invite that into yourself? And that's spiritual abuse upon yourself. You want to be in a winning mode. And let me tell you something else. Every now and then you need to purify yourself. Go find yourself a movie that makes you cry and let it out. They don't call it movie magic for nothing. Man, this is your man, L. Judge. Peace and blessings. I hope you got something from this here. Make sure you hit like, leave a comment, and hit repost. Let me know that you're grateful. You know what I'm saying? And get the algorithm going and get locked in, because next we're going to talk about programming water, programming crystals, and programming candles. Peace and blessings. I'm out. Doom, doom.